Leo, this is your energy check-in love reading. We're tuning into the person on your mind or your current situation and the energy unfolding for you right now. Let's see what wants to come through. Clear messages, advice, and guidance for my Leos, please. Okay, your energy, the Ace of Wands in reverse. Your person, the Eight of Swords. All right, they're viewing you as the Eight of Cups. Okay, some of my Leos, you're just exhausted and you've walked away from this, or that's what you're thinking about. This person's coming after you, Knight of Swords, and we see Judgment card. So use your best judgment here, but I do think that there's going to be some sort of rekindling here. And again, maybe you've just had a fight or an argument, or maybe it's someone you were flirting with and you're just like, okay, it's not working, or this person's not coming towards me. They're coming towards you. They do not want to let you go. Ten of Swords energy in reverse. Yeah, see, I think my Leos here, either you've been through something heavy, there's been a breakup, a fight or an argument, or this is just something that you felt like you couldn't get off the ground or wasn't getting off the ground. And I feel like you're exhausted, you're turning your back on this, or that's where you're about to be if you're not already. And this person, if they've been dilly-dallying, Eight of Swords energy, they've been in their head, they haven't been moving forward. This person has some deep secret feelings for you is what I'm getting. And I'm getting this Knight of Swords. They're coming right for you. They're coming after you. They're chasing after you, or they're realizing, oh gosh, I'm going to lose this or miss this opportunity with Leo. All right. So we see the Three of Swords. Yeah, this is your energy. You're like, this connection is blocked for whatever reason, distance, third parties, work, this person, being stuck in their head, not moving forward. And the Three of Wands in reverse is like, this is feeling stuck for me. I want something solid, stable, and secure. It's not happening. My ships aren't coming in. You're viewing this person as the Knight of Pentacles. They could be a Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. Again, they could just be a slow-moving energy, but for some of my Leos, it's just too slow. All right, and you're viewing the relationship as the Ten of Pentacles. Wow. Okay, so you're definitely seeing long-term, or that there was potential for abundance or marriage or commitment, building a legacy together. But there's something here that has you feeling exhausted and like the connection is blocked. And I'm getting this like hopeless energy, or just this, all right, I've got to focus on other things or focus on me or move in a different direction. Your person, they definitely have been moving slowly. Seven of Pentacles, right? This is somebody who's been strategizing. They've been taking their time. They could be an earth sign. Okay. They don't have to be, but yeah, they're much more of like a slow burn, and it kind of feels like Leos, you either got sick of that or it started to feel exhausting despite the energy around this person and this connection. All right. So let's see what advice and guidance Spirit has for my Leos, please. All right, silence the noise. So noise creates illusions and problems out of nothing. Go deeper into your heart so that you may find the truth. Okay, so yeah, maybe there's been like, I don't know, a lot of people weighing in. Maybe you've just been in your head about things. Remember, we are in Mercury retrograde in Pisces. Okay, so there can be a lot coming up to the surface, stuff from the past, anxieties, fears, things like that. Clarity as well, right? Reconsider and improvise, Leo. When you come to a roadblock, take a detour and see it as an opportunity to experience new things in life. And I kind of feel like that's what you're doing. Like, this isn't moving the way I want it to. It's not happening. I'm just going to I don't even know if you're in let it go, as in I'm never going to talk to this person ever again. But I'm just going to focus on other things. To be honest, that shift, Leo, is scaring them, right? Or is making them take action towards you. All right. And higher view. Be aware if what you're doing fits the big picture, and ask yourself what new actions you can take to elevate higher. Okay. So seeing things from a big picture, maybe a little bit of time, a little bit of distance, And at the bottom of the deck, we see uproot. Sorry, we did see uproot bad habits. So that may be something you're looking at. Let me just read that card for you. You have let bad habits take hold of your life. It's time to uproot them and start fresh if you want to see a positive change in your life. It feels like that's what you're doing, or that's the impression you're under. That's what you're doing. That's the realization you've had. But Spirit's saying it's safe for you to love. Don't let fear or insecurity stop you from giving and receiving unconditional love. Yeah, so I feel like, my Leos, you've been doing kind of a review, a karmic review. Things weren't moving the way you wanted them to, so you're reconsidering, you're improvising, but Spirit's also saying we're in Mercury retrograde. Take this time to, not necessarily act, but to review, to do the introspection. And I feel a lot of you, that introspection is leading you to, maybe I need to move in a different direction. Okay, that's a trigger here for this connection, for this person. The Eight of Swords in reverse. They're really stressing. It feels like they may have been a bit avoidant, okay? Or maybe they've just been kind of avoiding this connection, taking space, trying to get grounded themselves. We'll see. 10 of Cups. They do want a connection here. And the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, but they're not moving towards it, or they haven't been moving towards it. And but now you're forcing their hand, Leo. Whether you know it or not, whether you want that or not, you're forcing their hand, because you're no longer trying to manage the outcome of this situation. You're no longer trying to make it happen. You're not, it just feels like you're not even really thinking. I mean, you're probably thinking about this person, but you're just not trying anymore to make this happen. And I mean, some of my Leos, maybe you have kind of given up here. Others of you, you're just like, yep, this is not in alignment with me. I'm walking away. They're seeing that. They're sensing that. They're coming in with an apology or a love offer here. All right, yep. Coming in with a love offer. They have really romantic feelings towards you. Yep, you're not talking to them right now. There might be gossip. They might have heard that you're moving on, or that like you're back on the apps, or just that you're doing other things like without even really taking them into consideration, and they want you to come back around. They know that you're detached. They sense it. Again, you're probably not communicating with this person. Some of you might even have them blocked, or you're just not really that focused on making this happen. And this person, they're stuck on you. They're stuck on you, and they know they need to act because they see 10 of Cups with you. This person, the 6 of Cups in reverse, they're hurting. There's something from the past that might have been holding them back, but I think they're also realizing they need to get over that if they want to have a chance with you. All right, let's see what else we need to know about this person. What else do my Leos need to know about this person? What else do my Leos need to know about this person? All right, so we see benevolence and compassion, recognizing the eternal force within yourself and others. Okay, so this is somebody who is benevolent and kind and compassionate. They're somebody who's strong. I mean, the God archetype is a really powerful archetype. This is not somebody who wants to try to control you. So I do feel like them coming towards you is not just because they don't want you to be with anybody else. I feel like they were taking their time. They may have thought they were doing the right thing without fully realizing that, you were either getting bored or feeling rejected, or, this isn't working or good enough for you. So we see the hero, the heroine, a passion for a journey of personal empowerment. I love this card when it comes out in a love reading in particular, because we have two people that are moving towards the same thing, two people that want the same things. And this is somebody who has a passion for a journey of personal empowerment. Maybe they were too focused on that. But again, this is somebody that is willing to uproot those bad habits that we saw. Somebody that I do feel is emotionally intelligent. Somebody who's willing to, if they know that something needs to change here in order to make this work, like they'll put in that, that real effort to do so. All right, so I do like this person's energy. They're coming out as a good person. They're coming out as a person with strength. And they're coming out as somebody that does want to be on the same page, is hoping to, work towards the same end game here with you. So let's see how they're viewing you. Again, they have very deep romantic feelings for you. They're stuck on you. They don't want you to move on. We see child magical pessimism, depression, and disbelief in miracles. Again, I don't know if you're feeling, pessimistic, depressed, or you don't believe in miracles, but a lot of my Leos, you're like, yeah, this is just not happening. Like, I don't believe in this anymore. It's not happening. Okay, that's what I'm reading there. And we have lover energy. They see you as this archetype, great passion and devotion, unbridled appreciation of someone or something. I mean, that's how Leos love. So they're seeing you as that lover archetype. You love hard, you love deep, you love like a Leo. Okay. And I'm actually seeing something positive unfolding. They're coming in with clarity, truth, communication, in alignment. For a lot of my Leos, I'm getting here that this is them chasing you, right? Chasing after you. 7 of Wands, wanting to fight for this. 2 of Pentacles. Some of you, this person was kind of in this non-committal energy, or maybe they were keeping things a little bit too casual for you, or just really slow-moving energy. I don't think because they were juggling, right? This does not seem like a player type energy. What I'm getting is they were protecting something. They may have been burned by rushing into things in the past. Again, this person's nervous system might really need security. They might need to feel like they're where they need to be physically and mentally, emotionally before they fully give or take things to the next level. I feel like, again, we're seeing like defense being part of the reason why they were in this kind of non-committal energy or this back and forth energy. And the 5 of Swords in reverse, they want to heal things. And this is somebody who's unapologetic, Leo, about wanting to fight for you or fight for this connection. Judgment card, a rekindling, an up-leveling, a big decision to make. I think you're going to see an up-leveling in this connection. Yeah, 8 of Wands energy in reverse. So it might not have happened or happened the way you want it to, when you want it to happen, Leo. You may have to read between the lines of communication here. Capricorn energy. But Capricorn energy, I'm reading as well, like if you feel like this is a toxic or karmic situation and you're done, trust that. But a lot of you wouldn't be this far into the reading if you truly felt like it was over. But I do think you do need to look at bad habits, and not just your bad habits, right? Like bad habits within this relationship. Are we speaking clearly? Are we on the same page? Do we want the same things? Are my needs being met? Is this person, are we compromising? So I kind of feel like that's what we're getting here with this Devil card. But I'm also seeing with the 8 of Wands in reverse, again, I kind of feel like, there's a big question mark here about, are things happening the way you wanted them to? And just because they don't happen the way you want them to, does that make them toxic or karmic? Or is there compromise here? Okay. Can 2 things be true at once, right? Can it, as in like you want and you feel like the relationship should move to the next level? Does it make this person toxic because they might not be on the same page as you? I mean, it could be, you know what I mean? Like that's what I mean. Like 2 things could be true at once. It could be true that, yes, things aren't happening the way that you want them to, and it's starting to, degrade you in some way. But it could also be the same time that this person needs to move things a little bit slower. And then that's where we have to decide, can this work? Is this worth compromising? And again, I'm not telling you to gaslight yourselves here, Leo, okay? If you feel like something is unhealthy or not working for it, trust that, okay? But I kind of feel like it's much more nuanced than that. And we see the 8 of Swords. So I do kind of think that some of my Leos, you are going to be a little bit torn about whether or not you should keep moving in your own direction and give this person a chance or not. Or is this something that, again, you can find compromise with? All right, at the bottom of the deck, we see the Queen of Swords in reverse, so this person's not really communicating. I do think your person is kind of going through sort of the whole spectrum of emotions right now, which again makes a lot of sense. We're in Mercury retrograde. They may be projecting something from a past relationship onto this connection. I could definitely see that because we saw the Six of Cups in reverse and the Queen of Swords. There could have been an ex here also who was meddling. I mean, it could be a lot of things, but I do think your person is really going through a lot of emotions right now during this Mercury retrograde. Missing you, wanting you, sometimes being like angry or resentful that this happened, feeling confused, feeling optimistic. And again, I'm not getting that they're a bipolar, they're kind of a bipolar personality. I just think this retrograde and whatever's going on with you, this combination is just bringing a lot up to the surface for both of you. So this person may have needed a break, or the connection, or they feel the connection needed a break. We get incoming calls. Some of you, I mean, there could be some sort of third party interference. I'm not really reading it, not with the God and the hero heroine energy, but more so I feel like this person has just been waiting for your call, waiting to hear from you. And they're starting to get worried because they're not hearing from you. And now they're hearing that Leo might be moving on, right? And this person is back in love with you. Okay, like they're nostalgic. They want to make this work. You're the one for them is what I'm hearing with that. All right, so it's about whether or not you can trust this or not, Leo. All right, some of you, they could be a single parent, or there could be a single parent here involved. They're responsible. Again, I do get an energy of responsibility from them, and we see non-committal energy. So they may have been non-committal with you in the past, and you were like, yep, doesn't work for me. And again, I'm not telling you to hang out in an energy where you are, you feel like you've been kept single too long, or they're going to keep you single, or they're not committing to a plan or meeting you halfway. No, I'm not saying that. But I do think that this person, I did get this energy of this person wanting to have all of their ducks in a row before they move forward. And if you felt they were non-committal with you, it's because I feel like this person needs, I'm not saying they need more security than you, but let's say they are a single parent. They feel the weight of that responsibility. And being in a relationship for them as well, they feel the weight of that responsibility. So they may have been moving very slowly because of that. Now, Leo, I'm not trying to make it okay for this person treating you poorly or make excuses for them treating you poorly, okay? They want this relationship with you. It just feels like you two are moving at two different speeds. Your nervous systems might need things that are a little bit different. And again, that's not necessarily a deal breaker. It doesn't have to be a deal breaker, but it certainly could be. So it is something to be looked at. But they are coming after you. I'm going to be very clear. They're coming towards you. They're coming after you. They're chasing you. You're going to be getting communication. And for a lot of my Leos, it is going to spin you out because it feels like you've almost, or if not already, have made up your mind, right? Like this person's an asshole. They're not coming towards me. They're non-committal. I'm feeling like, an option or whatever it is that you're feeling. And then they come in and it's going to kind of pull you back in. I'm not getting they're doing it in like a sneaky way though, or like they're just doing it to save the relationship. I do think this person genuinely loves you, wants to be with you. It's just, I feel they move very slowly. My life is not as together as it seems. Again, I keep getting this person worried about their security, their responsibilities. I will wait for a sign from you. Some of my Leos, they've been waiting to hear from you. And you may have also been waiting to hear from them. Like, you know what? It's their turn to step up. And yes, silence is a choice, right? But if we have two people who are not talking to each other, I feel like silence is a choice up until a point. Okay? And that goes for you and it goes for them. And I'm in a committed relationship. I don't think this person, it's possible some of you, maybe for one of you that's the case, but I don't think so. I think what this I'm in a committed relationship is they still act as if you two are together. If there's been a fight or an argument or in separation, like they still see you as their person, as the one they're with. All right. And at the bottom of the deck is I want to start over, or I want to have a redo here. Yeah, I feel that way. This person has never left you, Leo, if that's a concern of yours. All right, even if you've been in silence or separation, or there's been this fight or argument. All right, so your advice, Leo, is pause before you act. And that's a repeating message here. Give yourself space before responding. This isn't to avoid, but it's also give yourself some space as well before you take action. Again, the message isn't to put your life on hold. You know, if enough is enough, Leo, trust that. But I do feel those of you who are still in this reading with me, it's like now's not quite the time to act yet. You might not have all the information. All right, and you're allowed to move slowly, trust your pace, but you're also allowed to move quickly, Leo. You know, not everybody, like I said, their nervous system might be more comfortable with security and slow moving energy and taking things step by step. If that drives you up the wall or that really dysregulates you, Leo, I mean, you have to honor that as well. And clarity comes from expression. I do think that there's a conversation here that could clear everything up, that's going to give you the clarity about whether or not you want to invest in this connection. Spirit saying, let your ego down, but not your standards, okay? And stay grounded. Choose presence. Be here instead of ahead. All right, my lovely Leos, I'm going to leave it here, sending you love and light. Take care.